Good morning, everyone. Myself Muralidhara Reddy. In this video, we are going to discussing about Dockerfile demo. Earlier, we discussed what are the instructions available inside the Dockerfile, right? Now, let's see the demo. Okay. So for that one, I have already logged into that particular server, Docker server. Now I'm going to create the Dockerfile. As I said, the Dockerfile name is D is capital Dockerfile. Okay. Then enter. Now inside we have to write multiple instructions, right? First one is from instruction. As I said, from instruction is a mandatory instruction for inside the Dockerfile when you want to create a customized image. Okay. Here what I'm doing here, I'm giving from space Tomcat :7. Remember, Tomcat is the particular Tomcat package :7. 7 is a tag. Tag is nothing but particular version. If you're not :7 or specific version, what will happen if you go just Tomcat 7? It will be downloaded only latest version. It will be download only latest version. Got it right? Now what I'm doing here, I'm saving this file. Okay, fine. Now we can do one thing. Okay, now we have created a file. Inside the file, we have declared the base image is Tomcat 7. Now we need to build that image. How can you build? From using Dockerfile. Okay, for that one, Docker build. Then I'm giving the dot. If you give the dot, what will happen? If current directory file, it is there, right? Inside the current directory, we have a Dockerfile, right? This particular Dockerfile will be tech. Okay, in case if you want to give that particular Dockerfile name, you can give it. But in case the particular file is available in the same location, just give the dot. Instead of providing the Dockerfile name, you can give the dot. In case in different location is there, you have to mention the entire path here. Docker build space. For example, it is available in root directory, OPT directory, opt/Dockerfile. Okay, but here same file, same directory, the Dockerfile will be there, right? So that's why I'm using Docker build dot. If you enter, see if you observe here step by step, one by one. The reason is inside the Dockerfile, we have declared only one instruction, right? That's why it is coming step by one. And here, if you see here, the particular step is from Tomcat 7, right? The particular Tomcat 7, it is downloading from hub.docker.com. Remember, in case in our real time, if you are maintaining images in our local repository, locally, okay, it will be downloaded from there. But here we are using taking from hub.docker.com. Okay, so it is downloaded. If you observe here, it is downloaded new image Tomcat :7. Now how you can check whether image is created or not? We can use Docker images command. You can use Docker images. When you use the Docker images command, you can verify here whether Tomcat is full or not. Okay, here might be you will get out here repository Tomcat and tag is 7. We have given, right? Tag name is 7. Colon after is a tag. Okay, the tag name here it will come. Each and every image, it will be created image ID. Okay, it is a unique ID. Okay, and if you see here, it was created 17 months back, and the version is the size of the particular Docker image is 533 MB. Might be you will get out. As I said, if you use the Docker file, if you create the Docker image, it will be create a new image, right? But why still it is showing 17 months back? The reason is inside the Docker file, we took the base image. The base image, it will be displayed here. The base image size will be displayed. After that, after from instruction, if you are declaring any new instruction inside that particular Docker file, then you can able to see, right, when it was created. Now I'm going to show you that one. Okay. Now here, open the Docker file. From instruction is done, right? Now I'm giving here maintainer. Okay. If you give the maintainer here, I'm giving Muralidhara. Okay, Muralidhara Reddy. I'm the maintainer of this particular Docker file. That's why I'm given Muralidhara Reddy. Okay. Now I can save this one. How you can build that image? Can you please tell me? You can use Docker build dot means current directory. We have a Docker file. That's why I'm giving dot. If you observe here we have 1 by 2. Why? The reason is inside the Docker file we have mentioned 2 instructions, right? One is from, second one is maintainer. First one 1 by 2, 2 by 2. 1 by 2 is already pulled. Might be will get out why again it is not pulling the Docker information. The reason is when you are doing first time, it will be pulled from internet. Second time it is available in cache. The cache info it will be take. Okay, again and again, every time it won't go to that particular hub.docker.com and pull that image. Okay, once you pull the image inside this particular server, it will be stored as a cache. Okay, then you can, when you run again, it won't be take, just it will be run quickly because it is already cache, right? Got it. Next one, maintainer. When it was here, we given, right? And if you see here, it is created. If you observe here, this is the container ID, sorry, image ID. This is the image ID. When you create the, when you build that image, each and every build, it will be create the Docker image ID. It will create the new Docker image ID. For example, inside the Docker file, we made add some more instructions. Each, if you add more instructions, each and every build, it will be create the image ID. Okay, now what I'm doing, again, I'm going to build. What will happen? Let's see. Okay, Docker build dot. If you observe here, currently 1/2, second 2/2, it is using the cache. The reason is, second time we run, first time when you are running, first time it will be create a new image ID, it will be run. Okay, but when second time same will run without changes anything inside the Docker file, it will be taken from cache. The particular stage 2 also it is stored in cache only. That's why it is showing here using cache. Okay, and if you see here, same image ID only. If you observe here image ID, both are same. The reason is, it is already, we haven't modified anything inside the Docker file. If you build multiple times, the image ID will be same only because we don't have any changes inside the Docker file, right? Okay, now we can check it here. Docker images. If you observe here, Docker images, it is created 2 minutes back. Okay, the image ID, this one. If you observe C62, right? Image ID, this one, and this is the size of the particular image. Okay, but if you observe here, repository and tag, we don't have any. It is showing the none. The reason is, when you are building the image, you haven't provided any name. That's why it is showing none. But I want to provide the name. How can do? So for that one, Docker build. Okay, dot -tag. Okay, then you have to give. For example, I'm giving mmready latest or 7. Okay, it means mmready is a repository, :7 is a tag. Okay, now enter. Sorry, -, tag. Now if you see here, Docker build dot -, tag, I'm giving the mmready :7. If you observe here, now it is changed to mmready :7. Now I'm checking here. Okay, Docker images. If you use the Docker images, if you observe here, earlier it was none, right? But now it is renamed to mmready 7. 7 is a tag, mmready is a repository. Got it, right? If you, when you are building the image, you have to give the tag name. If you are not giving any tag name, what will happen? It will be considered as a none because you haven't passed, right? But later we used the -tag command. Using the tag command, I have mentioned mmready :7. Not only you can give any name that particular image based on your required. Okay, got it, right? Next one, maintenance is completed and from is completed. Next one, I'm going to use, okay, here label. Okay, label, it contains key value pair. We can declare the information of metadata information. Okay, in here, what I'm doing here, double quotation, I'm giving support team. Who is the support team? Is equal to example DevOps team. Okay, DevOps. Example I'm giving here. Okay, in your case you are writing the in case the developer is writing, he can support him is the developer. You can declare his name. You can declare whatever you want. You can declare it. Labels, you can declare the metadata information. Okay, now I'm saving this one. If you build it now again I'm building Docker build dot, I'm giving the tag name, because if you are not giving the tag name, what will happen? It will give the none. Image name is none. Okay, enter. What will happen? DevOps. Okay, fine. Something we have written wrong, cannot find. Okay, give me 1 second. It should be name is equal to, but we have given the space. That is the reason it is throwing the error. Okay, open the Docker file. If you observe here we have after equal, we have to combine. Okay, but we have given the space. Now if it should be good. Equal double quotation DevOps. Okay, now you can save this file. Now you can build that. See, if you observe here now it is came 1/3. The reason is, inside the Docker file we have mentioned 3, right? One is from maintainer and label. Got it, right? And if you see here, now currently it is created new image ID. Okay, the new image ID created. The reason is, inside the Docker file we have added instruction, right? Each and every build, it will be create the new image ID in case if you made any changes inside the Docker file. Okay, now we can check the Docker images. Now if you see here, now 27 seconds back it was changed. 27 seconds back it was changed. Got it right? Any question here? No, right? Now if you see here, image ID this one. Okay, I hope understand right. Any question here? No. And next one, I'm opening this. What are the next command? Can you please tell me? Next command I'm using. What are the commands is there? Let me see. Okay, next we will see the add instruction. Okay, add instruction. What are the uses of that one? If you want to copy from your source file to destination inside the Docker image, we can use add instruction. Okay, example, I'm using add, and then I'm giving here Murali file. I'm copying to. Remember, when you use the Docker image as a container, sorry, Docker image as a Tomcat, the default path is user local Tomcat. Inside the container, the Tomcat path is default path is user local Tomcat. Okay, give the user local Tomcat. Now what will happen? This particular Murali file will be copied to user local Tomcat. Okay. Now what I'm doing here, I'm saving this file. Okay. I'm saving that file. Now we can build it. Now I'm seeing this Docker file. Let's see, you'll be get more idea. Currently we have total how many instructions will be there? Total 4 instructions. One is from maintainer label add. Okay. Now I'm building the image. How can build? Docker build dot, then I'm giving the -- tag, I'm giving the mmready:7. Okay, then enter. If you observe here, it is downloading. Okay, it is downloading background, the particular whatever is available. And if you see here, 3x4 is successful. Okay, it is taking catch it because earlier we run, right? But when it comes to the 4x4, it is throwing the error. When we run this 4x4 means add instruction, it is throwing the error. The reason is Murali file is not available. If you see here, Murali file doesn't exist. If you see the current directory we don't have any Murali file, right? That is the reason it is throwing error. Now what I'm doing here, I'm using touch command Murali. Okay, I'm using touch command Murali. If you see here now, I'm building the image again. Let's see, it won't be throw the error. The reason is it is already taken from. It is already the file is available, so it will be copied to the user local Tomcat. If you observe here, now build is success. The reason is this Murali file is already there. Okay. Now, if you check the Docker images, it is recently created. It is recently created. Got it right? What I'm saying here. And next one, what I'm doing here, in my current directory, we have a mm.tar. I'm using this Docker add instruction. We can copy this mm.tar file to inside the container, inside the Docker image. How can do? What will happen? Let's see. Okay. As I said, like if you have a tar file, when you run the container from that particular Docker image, it will be extracted, whatever is there inside the tar file. Okay. Whether it is extracted or not, let's see. Okay. So what I'm doing here, go to, now open the Docker file. Okay. Now insert mode. Okay. Enter. Again, I'm using add instruction. You can use multiple add instructions inside the Docker file. Okay. Here I'm giving mm.tar. Okay, sorry, not everything capital. mm.tar to here I'm giving opt direct. Example, I'm giving opt. Okay, it means what will happen? The particular tar file will be copied to the opt directory. But as I said, like add instruction, whatever tar file, right, it will be extracted in opt directory. Whether it will be extracted or not, later we'll see. Okay. Now what I'm doing here, I'm saving this file and give it Docker. Okay, build dot -tag mmready:7. Okay, then enter. Okay, first initially it is taking that it is going to background. Okay, daemon is nothing but background. Okay, now if you see here add instruction, it is happening, but this tar file, the size is very high, right? The size is very high. That's why it is step 5 is taking little bit time to copy this particular mm.tar file to the opt directory. Let's see how much time it will take. Okay. Alright, the main intention is inside the Docker file when you use the add instruction. Okay, whatever tar file will be there, in case with the tar file will be there, when you extracted, it will be antar automatically the particular destination. Here, this tar file will be extracted in opt directory. Later, I will go to the inside the container and I will see whether the particular file is extracted or not. Okay, alright. Next one. what I'm doing here, I'm going to open. Now, as I said, like we have a copy instruction also. I'm using copy. Okay, copy. Then I'm giving same mm.tar to plus tmp. What will happen? As I said, this if you use the copy instruction, if you copy that file to the mm.tar file, the tar file to the destination, it won't be extract. Just it will be copied. This tar file, it will be copied to opt directly. Let's see. Okay, I'm saving this file and build that docker build dot hyphen tag. Then I have given the tag name is mmready:7. Okay, got it right? Any question? Now, if you see here, sixth one is taking little bit time. Fourth one is already quickly done. The reason is the data is available in cache. That's why it is taken from there and it will skip that particular one. Okay. Now, if you see 6 by 6, why it is came 6 by 6? Inside the Docker file, we have written the 6 instructions. That is the reason. Okay. Got it right? Any question here? No, right? Next one. CMD. What are the uses of CMD? If you want to run any commands, you can use the CMD. Inside the Docker file, we will declare only one CMD. Example, I'm declaring here. Okay. CMD. Okay. Then I'm giving here sleep command 20, 200. Okay. It will 200 seconds will be sleep. Seconds or milliseconds will be sleep. Okay. Now we can save this. And also we can declare entry point as well. I'm giving entry point. Entry point also you can declare example sleep 5000 milliseconds. Okay, milliseconds or seconds, I'm not remembering exactly, but you can declare entry point sleep 5000. Okay, then enter. And also what are the other commands? We can declare everything here. And coming to the env, what are the uses of env? If you want to declare the environment variables, we will be use env. When you use the env, it will be available both build time as well as container running time. Let's see how whether it is available or not. Okay, I'm giving env. Sorry, you can give small or capital, anything is fine, but the recommended way is the instructions should be capital only. You can give small also, it should be work, but the recommended way is you have to give the instructions in capital only. Okay, now here I'm giving app underscore version. Okay, example I'm giving 3.10. Okay, same thing I'm using arg. What I said, arg is nothing but arguments, same like environment variables, but the thing is this arguments is available only during the Docker image creation. Okay, but when run the container, these arguments won't be available. Example here I'm giving app name. Let's see. Okay, app name I'm giving Murali app. Okay, but if you see when you log into the inside the container, okay, these arguments won't be seen. The reason is, as I said, these arguments will be only available in during the Docker build time. Container running time, it won't be available. Okay. Now, what about other things? Let's say argument expose. If you want to expose any port number, for example, our Tomcat is 8080 default port number. I'm exposing to 8080. Okay, expose 8080. Okay. Next one. If you want to create any user, if you want, run command. What are the uses of run command? So run instruction, not command. Don't call it a command inside the Docker. We have to call it as a instruction. Okay, instructor. Run instruction. Okay, run. I'm using run, but here I'm using yum. Let's see what will happen. Yum update. Okay, now I'm going to build this one. If you observe here, we have almost 9 to 10 lines will be there. Docker build dot hyphen tag mmready:7. Okay, now if you see here, it is first it is going to daemon, then once it will be run step by step, but it may take a little bit. Yeah, if you observe here, total 12 instructions will be there. 8 instruction, 9. Okay, env. Okay, app arguments, and also we used expose command. But if you see here, 12 by 12, it is throwing the error. Run. I used yum update. If you observe here, it is throwing error. The command written non-zero code 127. The reason is we are using this Docker image, right? We are using Tomcat Docker image, right? This is Ubuntu, sir. This is Ubuntu base. The reason this particular Tomcat 7 is a Ubuntu. If you want to run any commands in Ubuntu, what you have to do? Instead of m command, you have to use the apt. Correct? Instead of yum command, you have to use the apt. Now I am running this one. Let's see what will happen. Okay, I'm building again Docker build dot hyphen tag name I'm giving. Remember, you can give any tag you want, okay? But I have given mmready:7. Now, if you see here, it is updating. If you see here, everything is going to update, and once it's done, it will create the image as well. That this is the Docker image tag. What is right? Docker image tag. I'm giving here now Docker images. If you see here, 11 seconds back created, the size is 1.64 GB. The entire Docker image size is 1.64. The reason is we have copied the star file, right? Using add instruction and also copy instruction. Okay, that's why it is taking, it consumed more. Okay, next one. If you want to create any, user, you can use the user command, user instruction. Okay, what I'm doing here, I'm going to use here. This user will be created inside a Docker image. Okay, user. Okay, here I'm giving example. I'm giving Murali. Okay, Murali user will be created. I'm giving that small letters. Okay, then save it. Now you can build it again. Docker build dot --- tag mmready:7. Okay. Now we can see. If you see here, 13.1 also created. The user is created. Now if you see here, image ID is changed. The reason is we have added extra lines inside the Docker file and we build it, right. That's why each and every build it will be create the unique image ID. If you observe here, 12 seconds back is created. mmready:7. Okay. Now what is the next command? If you want to set the volume, okay, you can set it. Example, what I'm doing here inside the Docker file. Okay. Volume. I want to mount the volume. Okay. Volume. Okay. Here, what I'm doing here from OPT : inside the what is the Tomcat default path? User local Tomcat, right? I'm giving Tomcat. Okay. Or else if you want instead of OPT, I'm giving root. Okay. I'm mounting this root. This is the container path and this is the our server path. Okay. This particular container path I'm mounting to root user, root group, sorry, root directory. Okay. Root directory. Now what I'm doing here, I'm saving this file. Okay. Next you can give docker build command. Okay. I'm build the image. Now let's see what will happen here. Total, if you earlier it was 13. Okay. Now it should be 14 because we have added volume also. Okay. Now understand that it is build that particular value. Okay, now what I'm doing here, the final command is workdir. What is the usage of workdir? If you want to set the working directory, we can use the workdir. Okay, example, I'm opening this one. Okay, sorry, VAM Docker file. Here you can give it. Okay, enter workdir. Okay, then I'm declaring here user. This is the container inside the image path. Remember, when you are setting the workdir, this is inside the image path. Okay, user local Tomcat. Okay, this is the path. Later, if you write if you write any multiple instruction, everything will be run under here only because we set up this working directory user local Tomcat, right? Everything will be under here only. Okay, now got it. Now what I'm doing here, I'm saving this file. Fine. Now I'm building the image. Docker build dot -- tag mmready:7. Now it is build that image. Now it will be total 15 instructions. Okay, 15 lines. Got it, right? Total 15. So I have set up here. Now this 15th line, if you observe here, workdir, I set up user local Tomcat. After 15th line, if you written any instruction, everything will be under here only because I set as a work directory, means current directory is this one. Later, for example, here I'm setting here example, I'm copying. Okay, I'm using copy module. Okay, I'm using copy module. Then here I'm giving example Murali file. Okay, Murali file and dot means current directory. What is the current directory? Current directory is user local Tomcat, right? That's why given dot. It means this Murali file, it will be copied to user local Tomcat. The Murali file, it will be copied to user local Tomcat. Instead of user local Tomcat, yeah, user local Tomcat. Okay. Now you can save this file. Fine. Now I'm build that image. Let's see. The particular Murali file, it will be stored in user local Tomcat. The reason is we have set working directory, right? Dot means is current directory. Current directory is nothing but It is a working directory is user local tomcat. That's why given dot. Okay. In case if you want to give different path, you can give it instead of dot. Anything is fine. Okay. I hope understand that. If you see here, Docker images, now the image is created. This is the process of creating the Docker image. Okay. There are a lot of almost 10 to 12 instructions will be there. Using this 12 instruction, will be create our customized image. Remember, if you aware of, if you strongly aware of this Docker file written, instruction, okay, you are almost 90% your Docker you already aware, you already know, okay, because this particular instructions are very important, very simple also in entire DevOps. Okay, in entire DevOps tool, what is the easiest tool is Docker, because here we have only 14 instructions. Using these 14 instructions, we can create our customized image. And remember one more thing, the base, if you want to create any Docker file, the mandatory instruction is from. The mandatory instruction is from. Okay, I hope understand that. If you have any questions, feel free to comment. I will try to respond as soon as possible. Thanks for watching this video. We'll see you in next video. And the next video, I'm going to show you like we have copied, right, everything. I will go to the inside the container and let's see whether the files are copied or not. Just I said, yeah, when you use the add command, it is copy. When I use add tar file, it will be extract, right? Whether it is extracted or not, we need to know, right? Just saying it is not correct. I will show you the demo, like whether it is copied or not, whether it is set the environment variables or not, everything. I'm going to show you next video. Okay. I hope understand. If you have any questions, feel free to comment. Thanks for watching this video. We'll see you next video.